What if I told you that he wasn't good? That the best t-shirts can't be bought? That one scream could echo 60,000? That minimal defense can win championships? What if I told you that there are limits to the human body? DSPN presents The Tear. It was a foggy day here at Autzen Stadium on December 7th, 2014, when two teams met for the intramural flag football championship. On one side, Delta Sig Minimal D. On the other, Sig Ep Wet Boy. Their prize, a gray t-shirt that grants you membership into an exclusive club of champions. Although they were able to come away with the victory in double overtime, it did not come without a cost.
For me, not knowing I tore it until a week after it actually happened, my knee buckled, I'm hurt, I'm on the sideline, but still, we're in the middle of a championship game, so, being there for my teammates, cheering them on, coaching them up, things they don't see that I might see on the sideline, and then, obviously I tried to play, that didn't quite work out, but I think the championship game, just the environment, putting all that weeks worth of, all that term's worth of effort, 6+ weeks, and just kind of letting it all come down to that final moment and, coming out on top. I was in pain that day, but I was never upset. I was never bummed. I was still on that high note like everybody else, just thinking I might have had a tweak or something. But, that definitely was a great way to go out.
There's no other feeling like walking down that tunnel and knowing that you're going to play in the stadium. You're not just going in the stadium to visit it or walk on the field. Like you feel like an actual Duck, like player. I can, even if I never saw the field as a Duck, I would never get tired of that feeling. Before the game, I was just like, look guys, we've been, we haven't been here, but we've been almost this close, and so let's make it count.
Every day, Carl wakes up, rain or shine, to another opportunity. 6 months after tearing his ACL at Autzen, Carl has become a new man. It's spring term at the University of Oregon. The sun is out. The echoes of the PA announcer at Hayward complement the breeze blowing through your window. It is on these sunny days when Carl can exhale, knowing he's halfway there.
I was playing safety, and as soon as it happened, I just immediately heard a scream. Actually like a shriek or a shrill, to be honest. Something that surprised me to come out of Carl.
When I got what scared me the most was the fact that he went out and tried to play again that next play, and that was where kind of emotionally I was like this could be real bad. I think I was the first one to go up to him when he was on the bench and he was icing his knee, and I felt for him for sure, but at the same time I kind of knew what he was going to have to go through.
And we see Carl on the ground just withering, dude, like a dead basilisk from Slytherin, and man down, hand down, dude. It was a sad moment.
When I went down, I felt a crunch in my knee, which I hadn't felt that before, but it was just a super, super quick, sharp pain. I grabbed my knee, I'm rolling around, and I get up, and I started kind of self-diagnose myself, kind of cutting back and forth. Things seemed all right. And I was doing all right, but then when I went back out and tried to really make, a sport move, a cut, and my knee just went, I realized something was wrong, but I didn't go to the ACL. If I'm the kind of guy, that's not going to happen to me.
Daily, weekly schedule, it's starting to change a little bit ever since we went back to Boise. Now it's a lot of more just weightlifting and weight training stuff, combined with a little bit of agility, backpedaling, karaoke, stuff like that. But in the past, it was a lot of just flexation and trying to get that extension, and see my physical trainer. I have one more meeting with her, but other than that, it's basically up to me from here on out. The toughest thing right now, though, is I'm starting to feel a lot better. I'm starting to feel like I can start doing more and more. The reality is that tendon is not healthy, so I have to be diligent and not push myself too far and making an error that sets me back another 9 months.
In May, Carl drove 8 hours east, back home to Boise, Idaho. His reason? To conduct a strength test on his knee. He didn't know what to expect.
Morning, heading to my 5-month ACL reconstruction test. Don't know too much what I'm going to be doing, but basically I just want to see if I'm ready to start doing some cutting stuff, see where the strength is. So I can imagine there's going to be some strength tests, some cutting tests. I don't know, I'm really anxious. It's going to be fun. It's crazy to think that, you know, I tore it almost 5 months ago. It'll be 5 months next Tuesday. It's been a grind, it's been a journey, but excited for this step. It's another little milestone in the trip, and hopefully come out with some positive news.
From my experience, he's moving through the process extraordinarily quickly, which is a testament to his will, his mental toughness, and his physical strength.
I've heard the stories from his physical therapist. You know, they say Carl's more dedicated than Mariota himself. You know, he cries, dude, he cramps, but Carl just gets after it. Like, that's just him.
As you get stronger, that will improve. And the problem is, the things you do to get stronger often make that hurt. So there's that kind of balance of working through the pain, or not through the pain, but around the pain to get stronger, to get rid of the pain.
Didn't know what to expect. We get in there and warmed up. Basically did a bunch of pulling and pushing with my hands and quads just to see how strong or weak they were. Got the results back. 43% deficit in my quads. 60, or I forget what they are. I don't remember. Let's see. 43 deficit in my quad and 11 in my hammies. They said that's right where I need to be, but to me that's too high for my quad, so definitely got some work to do this summer. But I know I like a challenge, so we'll grind it out and hopefully be back end of September for intramurals again.
You grow up here 18 years, and so then you come back for, you know, a few days, couple weeks at a time, and you get to see the night and day difference, what's changed, what hasn't. You know, emotions flood back, memories flood back. You know, today we were riding the bike, looking out on the field, and I was just remembering, you know, like senior year football, you know, some of the games we played, some of the key plays, whatever, just those kind of little memories that kind of sit back in your mind when you're at school or out of the state or doing your you know, moving on in life, but then you get to kind of boomerang back and see those things. It's pretty cool. It's a good experience, you know, just driving through town, you know, you see cars of guys you grew up with and whatnot. It's just kind of nostalgic, but it's fun at the same time. It makes you realize where you came from and appreciate it. I definitely enjoy growing up here, so it's always nice to come home and see everybody. It's kind of discouraging when you hear, you know, you're only halfway there, but the reality is I'm halfway through all this, and you look and, you know, I read up on Derrick Rose, Adrian Peterson, them kicking ass, doing their thing, and the reality is that's their life. They do that every day, and I've got this injury, plus going to school, plus being in a fraternity, just more to my life than that. So, you know, I take it with a grain of salt, realize I got some work to be done, and I still got 4 months to get where I need to be. So it's just further motivation. Just keep working at it and get through this injury and not let it become a lifelong problem.
Carl's a trooper, and he's a competitor just like we all are, and so when I saw him warming up on the sidelines, I wasn't surprised. You know, we'd worked so hard to get to this point, to be honest. Like, I understand, you know, he'd do anything at this point. Why not? If he couldn't walk, you know, that's probably the only reason why he wasn't going to be on the field.
Carl's going to come back. He's going to come back. He may not be the same Carl, but he will be stronger. He will be in better shape, and he will be more mentally tough after going through this injury.
But, you know, we're talking about the Carl Vidal. You know, this is the kid who won the Sportsmanship Award in 5th grade. He won the Sportsmanship Award in 8th grade. The kid just kills it. Like, he gets after it. And so I feel as though Carl's someone, whether it's croquet on the front yard or intramural sports championships, you know, like, he's going to commit his 100%. And IM sports is something that he loves, he has a passion for, so he's getting after it.
He definitely had a little more fire, I think, than a lot of us. Like, he wanted it more so than some of us, and that definitely helped the team morale.
You know, leaving high school and going to college and putting sports to the side and focusing mostly on school, you know, when you go out and play things, it's fun and whatnot, but you don't realize how much you enjoy it until it was taken away from you, you know. I still haven't really done much sport besides, you know, shooting a basketball in the last 5 months, and sports was part of my life for the first, you know, 20, 21 years up until this point. So it really makes you appreciate your mobility and your ability to go out and play up a game of pickup basketball or go play 18.
Next fall, Carl will be a senior. It will have been almost a year since his screams filled Autzen Stadium. Emotions will be running high, and anticipation will be looming in every bone and ligament of Carl's repaired body. It will be the first game of the 2015 flag football season. The scar will still be there, and so will the memories. But Carl accepts that. He's moved on. Nobody knows if Carl will be ready to help Minimal D become one of the few teams to repeat in UL flag football history. But if he is, everyone will stand witness to someone who is just happy to be back on the field, happy to play the game he loves, someone who overcame the limits to the human body.